God's servant said, there are some people who, they are going towards marriage. They can tell that this thing is going to end in calamity. They can sense it before, but because they have told everybody, the shame of saying no is what pushed them to continue to go. When God says no, understand that the shame of no is better than the shame of go. Please hear this and hear it very well. Don't toy with destiny. Don't toy with destiny. We find so many individuals today who run into calamity with their eyes open, simply because they have refused direction. There is no meekness to embrace what God is saying towards them. I can't forget a particular lady who was getting ready to get married, and then she came for the marriage class, and then she said, I'm getting set to get married, and I need to make sure everything is done very fast, and we get ready for the date. I said, no problem, go to the class. So she went to the marriage class, attended the first class, and I think by the time she attended the second class, she came back. He said, Pastor, I have attended the class, and I have seen that I cannot marry this person now. So marriage is off. Everybody was aware. Everybody had put pressure. Family members were ready. But from the class, she saw it clearly. And she had the audacity and the boldness to say, my destiny is more precious than people's opinions. Please hear this and hear it very well. Destiny is more precious than human feelings. People who feel bad today, by the right decision you make today, their bad feeling will go away soon. But if you continue to move in the wrong direction in order to secure human consent, you may find yourself in destruction. That is why there is need to be meek. God's servant said during the powerhouse days, he had thought he's supposed to go to America to go and study under the great mentors and teachers of faith that God had brought his way, that we're going to, as it were, release the grace required for him to run the race that was ahead of him. And everything looked like it was right. Doors were opening everywhere. Please hear this, not every door is God's door. Doors were opening everywhere. He said, and he went before the Lord, and the Lord spoke to him and said, my son, what you seek is not from abroad, but from above. You are going to know America. He has announced it before, and he had to come back and announce it again. I am not going to any America, because what I'm seeking is from above, not from abroad. When the ministry was commissioned, it was to start in Jos. Everything was pointing towards Jos. People have been sent to Jos to get places and all of that. In fact, all the documentation on that day was reading Jos. The prayer of that day was prayed for Jos. And he said that evening when he came back and went before the Lord to worship him, he said, the Lord said to him, it is not me you heard when you say you heard Jos. He said, so what did I hear? He said, remember in 1974 when you were playing table tennis in Genta area of Jos, you said in your heart, God knows your heart, you said in your heart, if there is anywhere I would like to live, it will be Jos. He said, that is what you heard, not me. So what do I do, Lord? He said, now what you do is you will stay here so that everybody will know that you can't, if you say go somewhere else, people would think maybe it's Jos you went to. So stay here so everybody will know that truly that Jos you said you misrode. Stay here. And he said, yes, Lord. He came back. We are not going to any Jos. We are staying here. I have watched the life of God's servant, and you see the meekness of correction over and over again. Over and over again. Just when we're about to invade the various nations, he just shared that testimony recently. He had called for men from everywhere that were going to go into those nations. And we gathered for the first day of induction. And he said, as he entered into the induction, the Lord said to him, these are not the people I will use. Day one of induction. So induction was, that day one, they just charge everybody and then discharge everybody. You are charged, discharged, go back to where you are. And the target of 75 nations was exceeded without one man being sent. What that means also is you don't lean on your own understanding, because there's no sheep that can ever succeed without a shepherd. No matter how experienced a sheep is, it needs a shepherd. It needs a shepherd. You and I can both agree. You have a cow, for example, that is roaming unaccompanied from Sokoto expecting to get to Lagos. Will he arrive here? No way. No way. Don't you even see how when you see animals moving in various communities, many of us who live in Lagos understand, if you see an animal moving in any community and it is moving unaccompanied, people start watching. Is anybody following it? If nobody is following it for some time, a very fat cow now roaming in a community just on its own. Everybody will be watching for a while to see, is it alone? Is somebody following it? No rope on its neck and nobody with a stick behind it. You will see them bring out bowl and serve the cow water, serve the cow grass. You say, well done, God has brought a cow for me today. And that cow will be slaughtered because it cannot survive without a shepherd. Life is a wildlife pack. You need a shepherd to survive. You need a shepherd to survive. You need a shepherd to survive. And that is why God's leading becomes vital and crucial in anyone making it in the journey of life. My prayer today is that for each one of us, we will subject ourselves to divine leading.